This is Joan Fabiano in Grassroots in Michigan, and I am outside the Days Inn here on West Lansing at a town hall on healthcare that's being given by Congressman Schauer. And I have with me
Kelly Harrigan.
And Kelly, why did you come here today?
Well, I'm actually an Eaton County resident. I live in Eaton Rapids, and I wanted to come and see my representative and just let him know, my congressman, and let him know what I thought about the healthcare monstrosity that they're trying to foist on us. My family can't afford it. We have to cut back already, and the last thing we can afford is one more huge tax burden. And I'm kind of nervous about the IRS having collection power or being able to be thrown in jail if I don't get insurance. And if I'm tight and I have to cut back something, I should be able to make that choice, not my government officials. So I think government's gotten completely too big, out of control, past what the Constitution provides for them to do, and so I'm here to let them know.
I would have to agree with you 100%, Kelly, and that's why I'm here as well. And I appreciate you coming out, because I think what's really important about these things is that people hear the truth, because there's so many people who really don't know what's in the bill.
I know. So many of my friends say, you know, I trust they're going to do the right thing, and I'm thinking, why would you trust anybody to do the right thing? I mean, you're just handing over all the power that you have, your individual liberty, and you can't afford to be wrong in this economy. So I think it's great that you're here too, and hopefully more people will join us next time if he has another one of these, because I understand the room's too small or whatever, and they can't let any more people in. So unfortunately, we're not going to get to see him face to face.
He is going to have a couple more, and those will be posted on Grassroots in Michigan. You know, and another thing I think we ought to mention is I don't think it's necessary for any bill to almost be 2,000 pages in length.
No. When I was in law school, we had a tiny little pocket constitution, and if I could carry the Constitution in my pocket, I should be able to carry, everything that they're going to foist on us in there. And to have 2,000 pages, I mean, it's enormous. What a monstrosity. I think we're just trying to do too much we weren't meant to do, and then the things we're supposed to do that the Constitution requires, I think we're kind of falling down on some of those. So hopefully we start getting the balance back.
And plus, I think people need to be reminded of the current administration's promise to put all bills online for 72 hours for the public to read, and at 2,000 pages it would about take you 72 hours, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and I was really amazed that I heard some elected officials say, oh, who reads the bill? I need to have a couple lawyers. And I'm thinking, that's what we've sent you to do. That's what we're paying you to do. And if it's so big that you're not going to read it, maybe you ought to cut it down. But you're absolutely right. It would take forever.
And I think another thing that people need to know is that abortion still will be included in this bill, and that illegal aliens will be covered under a public option.
Well, when you go back to what you said about Obama promising to do this and Obama promising to do that, I just can't take any of his promises to the bank. He's shown that he's been willing to say one thing on the campaign trail and do something totally different to Michigan families, so American families. So yeah, I understand that abortion's going to be there. I have read part of the bill, and that's what I understood from what I read, and also illegal immigration. And I think everyone's very understanding of legal immigration, but when we're talking about illegal immigration, we're talking about non-citizens. And I think when we are faced with budget choices, we've got to cut back, I think we should think Americans first. Just like I hear so many people say, buy American first, I think we should put American citizens first.
Well, my grandparents came over from Italy, so I'm certainly not against legal immigration, but they did it legally.
Right.
They did not do it illegally, and they came over and they assimilated and they learned the language, and they became productive, contributing citizens of our country. And and also I think it's important to note that some of the real measures that could be used to reform some of the things in healthcare that need to be reformed, like tort reform and frivolous lawsuits.
They're not going to talk about it.
And no, it's not included in the bill.
They donate far too much to the Democratic Party, so you're not going to see tort reform. And certainly it's been mentioned, so it's not like Republicans or people on the who aren't Democrats haven't proposed other solutions that would include those things. We're talking about quality, and the quality isn't going to improve. We're talking about cost. There's no cost containment measures, and we're talking about coverage, and yet we're not even going to cover all the people that they say they want to cover. So I'm starting to wonder if it's not really about those things. Is it about control? and that would be my guess, because everything they've said they want to do seems like it's not a priority when the rubber meets the road.
Well, you know, Kelly, I think it's really important that Americans themselves read the bill and read credible summaries of the bill. So if you don't know where to find the bill, you can go to opencongress.org online. There will be the complete text of the bill. It is now called H.R. 3962, and there will also be summaries, and I urge you to go read for yourself. You know, at almost 2,000 pages, like we said, it might take you 72 hours, but the very future of our country and our children are really rolled up in this type of legislation. So I urge my fellow Americans to educate yourself and to go to opencongress.org and read it for yourself. Thank you, Kelly. This is Joan Fabiano in Grassroots in Michigan.